Eu sou a Anne, eu sou a manager de Valorant do projeto e eu vou guiar essa entrevista em português e a Madu vai em inglês. E o Shima tá aqui também para nos ajudar caso precisamos de algumas traduções. Tem algumas perguntinhas que as meninas deixaram já marcado com o tempo, e aí eu vou ler. Tá? Vou falar um pouquinho sobre as duas, depois eu vou deixar aberto para que elas falem um pouco delas também. A gente tem hoje a Wolf e a Tifa. Sejam muito bem-vindas, meninas. A Wolf é a manager do time da Galaxy Racer e a Tifa é a mid lane também do time da Galaxy Racers. Aí eu vou deixar para que elas se apresentem e falar um pouquinho delas. Pode ir, Madu.
Um, right. I will talk first with who? Wolf or Tifa? Who do you prefer with you two?
Doesn't matter for me.
For me neither.
All right. So, Tifa, can you talk about yourself for us a little more?
Okay. So should I just introduce myself?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So my name is Tifa in the game and in real life Alena. And I've been playing games since I'm a kid. I grew up with games like Final Fantasy and Crash. And when I found out about League, mm, it made me feel, it gave me the drive to improve, and I wanted to be the best I can be. And also, besides games, I study in university and take care of my cats.
Oh. É, o nome dela é Tifa, na vida real é a Nina. Ela joga jogos desde criança, como Final Fantasy e Crash. E aí, quando ela descobriu o LoL, ela quis se esforçar bastante para ser a melhor. E agora ela é uma jogadora. E agora ela toma tempo para isso, né? Para treinos e para cuidar dos gatinhos dela. Yeah. Yeah. And now, Wolf, can you introduce and talk more about yourself for us?
All right, so my in-game name is Wolf, and my real name is Nicole. I'm 23 years old currently, and I started playing League of Legends. Sorry. I started playing League of Legends in the beginning of season 3, so that's a long time ago, and it was my first game ever for a PC, and I just played for fun with my friends. Um, actually, it was so that when I started playing, I was so terrible that I was scared to ask my classmates if they wanted to play with me because I thought they would humiliate me. So I made like a secret account to play on my own. And then I reached like, I don't know, I think it was silver. And I was higher elo than them. Like we were all super bad. And then I dared to play with them without like, because I had like major anxiety towards playing with them apparently. So I was just shaking. That's like my biggest memory of starting League of Legends. Other than that, I work as now, well, some might know I have been a player for some years and been playing a lot with the Tifa. I think we played together for how long, Tifa? 2.5 year, I think.
Wasn't it even more?
Yeah, maybe it was more 3 years. Well,
Yeah.
time flew pretty fast, so
4 years and something, like 2015.
yeah, but I didn't start the out with Tifa. I was on another team where I didn't know her.
Or
And now
so
huh?
the Wikipedia so is wrong.
No, I don't think so.
It's okay. Continue.
Yeah, whatever. Now I work as a team manager for Galaxy Racer while I study as well on the side.
É, essa é a Wolf, o nome dela em jogo é Wolf. E em vida real é Nicole. Ela começou a jogar no começo da Season 3. E aí ela começou com um pouco de vergonha de jogar. Principalmente porque ela jogava muito mal, né? E ela tinha vergonha de jogar com os amigos dela da escola. E antes ela era jogadora junto com a Tifa. Elas jogaram por 2 anos e meio, ela 3. E agora ela é manager da Galaxy Racers. E enquanto ela estuda. Pronto, consegui. Pode ir, Anne.
É, eu vou ler algumas perguntas das meninas que já mandaram pra gente no WhatsApp, mas caso que alguém aqui queira falar por voz, você pode colocar seu nomezinho ali na parte do voice ou mandar sua pergunta que a gente lê aqui pelo chat. A primeira pergunta veio da Hiru. Ela pergunta, como vocês começaram nesse meio e quando souberam que era isso que realmente queriam?
Now I gotta do some questions already made. So it's for both of you. I don't know who I'm gonna answer first. So, um, how did you um enter the environment and said, "This is what I want for my life, and this is what I'm gonna do for the rest of it"?
Well, like I said, I've been always playing video games since I was a child, so it's been always my dream. And I always wanted to play in a team since I know League of Legends, and since then I knew that I wanted to do this. Basically, since I joined my first team.
Uh,
For me, it was, well, since I told you, League of Legends was my first game I played. I'm sure I played some PlayStation, but it was never really super interesting. For me, actually, it was only just what we in Danish call a time waste, which sounds extremely toxic, I guess, and negative, but that is essentially what it is. Until it became so serious for me that I was able to join a team for the first time in 2015, and that sparked a lot of other emotions other than this is just a time waste. This is only to play with friends. This can be more serious than what I ever thought. Um, so then from then it just got sparked, and I met a lot of cool people within esports, which just made sense to me because I've always been an outsider. So meeting people who I connect and vibe with was a huge thing for me. So basically, people in esports are just my kind of people, and that's why I want to stay in esports.
a Tifa, ela sempre gostou de jogos e foi sempre um sonho para ela jogar profissionalmente, principalmente depois que ela entrou em um time. E então foi sempre um sonho para ela. E a Wolf, ela antes achava que, né, como ela não era tão boa, ela achava que era só um passatempo. E ela descobriu que não, podia ser algo mais sério. E aí ela viu que ela podia ser uma profissional quando ela foi para um time também. Yeah.
Uhum. A próxima pergunta vem da Karamesai. Acho que eu falei certo o seu nome. Quais os próximos passos na carreira de vocês?
What are the next steps from your career of both of you?
Do you want to start or?
It's all right, Tifa. I think if we just follow the same as before, if you start out and then I come after once you're done.
Okay. Well, basically for now, just improve as a player as much as I can, and also as a team player, like in the team and by myself. and see how far I can get and we can get. This is my next goal, to win the world championship and everything there is.
Okay, so the next step for me is right now I'm working as the team manager is just to keep on learning how to do things better because I've gotten this amazing opportunity of actually being a manager, which usually takes years of education. So it's really big for me. So I'm just gonna keep working hard to improve on that. Other than that, I'm gonna finish my studies and hopefully end up with a bachelor in psychology. So then I can eventually build on that and become a mental coach.
O próximo passo na carreira da Tifa é ela melhorar mais ainda como jogadora e como um time e ganhar todos os campeonatos. E para Wolf continuar aprendendo a ser uma manager, que agora ela viu que é bem sério e que ela teve essa oportunidade e ela quer levar muito a sério. E e depois ela quer melhorar como coach.
Não. Ela quer terminar os estudos porque ela tá terminando o bacharelado dela de psicologia. E aí ela pensa que talvez ela pode trabalhar como psicóloga em times, né? Em esportes.
Hum, hum.
Bem legal, bem legal. A próxima pergunta vem da Rebeca. Teve algum momento que vocês já quiseram desistir de participar do cenário de esportes?
Have you ever felt like you wanted to give up of a sport scenario?
Only for short periods of time. Or like basically almost never, but maybe sometimes the thought came across.
Just to build quickly on what Tifa said, everything you do in life, there's going to be ups and downs of it, right? There's going to be times of where you think about quitting your job, where you think about, why am I doing this? This is a waste of time. It's super hard and it hurts me. But eventually, what you fight for in the end is what makes it all worth it, right? So once you're sitting on that stage playing, you're gonna feel the adrenaline, you're gonna feel the hype, you're gonna just feel the competitiveness, and suddenly all of those days where you might have had thoughts of, ah, man, I just want to give up, it's gonna be worth it. And of course, I think this is something that's real to everyone. I think everyone has these kind of doubting thoughts sometimes, even though they know they're following a dream and a passion. So I have had them too, because life is not easy, and I mean, you will question your choices along the way.
Yeah, and I agree with all of that Nicole said. And it's not just connected to League, why I had the thoughts. It's also about other things in life. Maybe you have to study, and League takes so much time that everything is just too much sometimes.
A resposta dela foi praticamente a mesma, então eu vou juntar tudo. As duas já pensaram em desistir, mas o que elas acham é que, tipo, tudo na vida vai ter uma hora que você pensa que você vai desistir. Tipo, isso tira muito meu tempo e porque eu faço isso, isso me desgasta, me exausta, me machuca. E é meio é considerado meio normal, porque, tipo, várias coisas são assim. E ainda mais, como a Tifa falou, que, tipo, ela estuda e o LOL tira muito tempo dela. Então, eh, ela também fica, meu Deus, por que eu tô fazendo isso? E aí o exemplo da Wolf foi, tipo, você acha que não vai dar, entre aspas. E aí quando você chega num palco, começa a jogar, vem toda aquela adrenalina e competitividade. E aí você pensa de novo sobre desistir ou não, porque é uma outra experiência.
Obrigado. A próxima pergunta é da Rai. Ela quer saber como que é lidar com o público no geral.
How it is to deal with all in general public.
Can you repeat? Sorry.
How it is to deal in general with all kinds of public.
Hmm,
You understand, Tifa?
I think so, but I don't know what to answer yet. I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not really a person that likes too much attention, but I understand that in this modern world, you have to do this to be successful. You have to use social media, and social media can be fun, but also toxic sometimes. So I guess it has two sides of it.
Yeah, I also agree to what Tifa said. Um, Dealing with like the social medias as a female gamer can be very toxic, but it's just as toxic as female gamers who doesn't use social medias who just get harassed in game. Um, that's basically just like the end of that, I guess. I've never really cared much for if I've been harassed or anything. Um, Depending on, of course, if it ends up being towards bullying, which it can in some scenarios become, but other than that, it's all right, I think.
A Tifa, ela disse que não é uma pessoa que não gosta de chamar muita atenção, estar no centro das atenções, mas ela entende que nesse meio você tem que usar as redes sociais e é realmente muito tóxico e mas você aprende a lidar. E a Wolf, ela disse que é quase a mesma opinião, na verdade é a mesma opinião. E a toxicidade que vem é praticamente a mesma que vem quando uma mulher também joga em jogos. No caso, tipo, no jogo. E acho que.
É isso. A próxima pergunta vem da Gilste. Ela quer saber se você tiver um apoio da família quando quiser se profissionalizar no LoL. E houve algum tipo de preconceito por parte deles por vocês serem mulher e quererem jogar?
Um, when you thought that this is what are you gonna do, and you talk about to your family, did they encourage you or have some kind of preconcept about it? And if they supported you or not?
So when I grew up, this was everything really new, the internet and stuff. And my parents didn't like it that I was using it. They thought it's a waste of time and I won't use it anymore when I'm older, just because I'm a child, to play games and stuff. And when I the first time was flying to a tournament, they were really worried and were scared that it was a scam or something would happen to me because this was everything new. But nowadays, to support me, my father even wears my T-shirt and watches my tournament games, even though he doesn't understand League of Legends. But this is nowadays. Like 10 years ago, I guess they were just worried that it was not good for me. So But now they know that it's not a waste of time and that it's what I want to do, and they support me now.
So when I started with esports, I didn't have contact or at all with any of my family, so I can't really answer towards if they were supportive or not. I just went into it alone, traveling to my first tournament as well in 2015 in Paris, which was super exciting because I grew up very poor. So I never traveled anywhere before. That was my first time traveling as well, and I traveled with teammates, and it was just great. Later on, I got contact with my mom again, and she's super supportive of it now, but she never understood either what really was the deal with it. And I ended up collecting money because she had a really rough year with her disease, so I could bring her to Dubai, where we played the female world championship this year in February. So that's it.
A Tifa, quando ela começou, era tudo muito novo. Toda essa parte de jogos online e etc. Então, não, não teve muito preconceito por parte da família. É, e no começo, as famílias dela não entenderam muito, porque também era uma coisa nova. E ela, depois de um tempo, conseguiu ganhar o suporte necessário da família. E agora eles entendem mais. A Wolf, ela nunca meio que tinha pedido esse suporte, ela entrou nesse meio sozinha. E ela entendeu onde ela estava quando quando ela foi jogar o primeiro torneio dela em Paris. E ela viveu humilde, ela era muito humilde. E foi a primeira vez que ela viajou na vida. E ainda mais com teammates, o que foi muito legal. E ela começou a ter suporte da mãe quando, se não me engano, ela foi pra Dubai jogar o campeonato da Liga Feminina e conseguiu levar a mãe dela.
Da hora. Já que a gente tá falando de campeonato, a próxima pergunta tem a ver com isso. É da Maiara, que ela quer saber como que os amigos reagiram quando elas entraram em um time grande e quando participaram do primeiro campeonato.
How did your friends reacted when you got into a big team, and how it was to play a championship?
My friends were really supportive and proud of me and telling it to everyone they met. Oh, I have a pro gamer friend and stuff like this.
Yeah, it's basically the same response from me. Whatever friends I had uh, were super supportive as well, and would always come into Twitch chats and cheer for me during tournaments or cheer for my whole team, of course.
Tá, os amigos da Tifa é, ficaram muito felizes e falavam pra qualquer pessoa, tipo, eu tenho uma amiga pro player. E da Wolf, ela foi praticamente a mesma coisa. E eles sempre apoiaram muito isso. Então é a mesma coisa, eu vou fazer a segunda pergunta de novo, tá?
Tá.
How it was to play your first championship?
How it was to play my first tournament, or
Yeah.
um, Yeah, it was like a dream come true. It was also the same tournament that Wolf played in Paris 2015. We weren't in the same team, but it was the first time I flew somewhere and played the tournament, and it was just so fun. It was so new. It was just a dream.
Um, for me, it was actually still pretty like unrealistic what I was doing, and I at that time and moment I didn't really think too much seriousness or competitiveness into it, really, because I was just there to have the most fun of my life, and I remember I didn't even care when we lost the match because it was just so great. Like I was still just smiling, and that was a really good experience. And from that moment on, it became more competitive for me. But the first tournament for me, offline tournament, was just all about fun.
É, Tifa disse que foi um sonho se tornando realidade quando ela jogou o primeiro campeonato dela. É, eu não tenho palavras para descrever, porque foi incrível. Foi completamente um sonho. E a Wolf disse que quando ela jogou a primeira vez, ela também viu toda aquela competitividade, toda aquela animação. E. E ela não ligou muito por ter perdido o primeiro campeonato dela, porque foi muito pela diversão. E ela achou bem divertido e legal toda aquela adrenalina.
Uhum. A, a Vicky quer saber como que é a convivência dela com as outras meninas do time.
How it is to uh, being around the team, how it is the convivence. I don't know if I talk like that, but if you as a team uh, have a good relationship with each other, it's like that.
Yes, I think if they lived next to me, we would all be best friends. I really love every single one of my teammates, and we are really good friends. And we never argue, and we are just there for each other. And sometimes, of course, in game it gets frustrating if someone maybe sometimes does a mistake, but we are never really angry at each other. It's just how the game is. And yeah, like I said, if they were living next to me, they would all be my best friends.
Do you want me to answer this as well?
Yeah.
All right. Well, then yeah. Well, it's a great team, and it's the best team I've ever played with, uh, both skill wise and how they are with other people wise. The Yeah. How can I put this into words? I think we were thriving together because our relationship was so good, and we could all have fun and laugh together. And they were also like these four girls has now including their new player Sana have been like some of my first female friends in my life, which is super cool because it was the first time I could relate to females because we had so much in common because of the games. So it was really nice and still is.
A Tifa disse que se elas morassem perto dela, elas seriam as melhores amigas dela. Elas têm uma relação muito boa. Em jogos, às vezes dá aquela tensãozinha. Mas ainda assim, elas são muito próximas, muito amigas. E como ela repetiu que se elas morassem perto dela, seriam com certeza melhores amigas. A Wolf, ela disse que elas têm uma relação muito boa. São pessoas muito legais. E ainda mais com a entrada da nova jogadora Sana, que foi uma das primeiras amigas mulheres da Wolf. E é muito bom ela poder ter alguém para se comparar, né? Porque elas têm muito em comum com os jogos online e é muito bom poder ter assuntos em comum.
A Lari quer saber se elas já passaram por alguma dificuldade na carreira.
Have you ever been through a difficulty in your career?
Can you repeat that? I didn't understand the last word. Or
Have you ever been through a difficulty in your career?
Yes, I mean, with all the teams, sometimes people didn't get along, so that's a difficulty. Or sometimes people were mean. I mean, like not people in the team, but outside people in the game or on social media were just not nice to you. I guess that's another difficulty. What else? Can you think of something else, Nicole?
Oh yes, I can indeed. I think for me, at least, the biggest difficulty has been, first of all, drama. This exists everywhere in the female scene. I really don't want to cover this up because it's a really big thing, and I'm trying my best to at least not. I don't want to create drama, so I just want to keep it on the low, and I want every females to just support each other instead of this creating these scenes of dramas. I think this is a huge difficulty for all female teams, also male teams at to some extent, but I don't have a lot of knowledge of that yet. Another thing that was a big difficulty for me and my team was that we were under an organization who ended up scamming all of us for a lot of money, and it was a really rough time because everyone was frustrated. Everyone didn't have money that were promised. I mean, it was their salary, right? So what can people do other than just being frustrated and mad and sad, and the list goes on. So I think that can also be a complication for at least females in esports who want to go pro, that the organizations they are under are not backing them up fully as they promised them. Because why else would they have gone into the organization, right? So there's a lot of boundaries that gets broken that way, which is a shame. This also goes for the male scene. And we've heard several stories of it.
Obviamente, teve várias dificuldades. Em todas as organizações que a Tifa foi, ela passou por algum tipo de dificuldade. E né, a principal provavelmente foi o sexismo nas ligas femininas, no caso, nas ligas. E a Wolf complementou falando de vários outros problemas, que nem, além do sexismo, teve salário e a não confidência, não sei como falar isso. O suporte, vamos dizer assim, o suporte falso das organizações que não tava lá toda hora para pro player e elas já viram vários casos, sim. Tanto na feminina quanto na masculina. E o principal que ela vê é o drama. E ela tenta ao máximo não fazer esses dramas também.
A Esther, a próxima pergunta, é para a Tifa. Ela queria saber qual as principais dicas para quem quer subir de elo jogando no mid.
This is exclusive for Tifa. They asked you if you have any tips for playing mid and wanting to up their rank.
So the best part is that you start with little champs. You pick 1, 2, maybe 3 champs that you really train, and you play them and train them in every matchup there is. So you know your damage, their damage, and you just know everything. And then after you know the champion, you can focus on other aspects of the game, like the playing for macro or whatever there is. There's a lot in League, right? So first you start with the basics with your champion, and then you go for the game. And also, what is really important and what people don't know a lot is that waves are the whole game basically. You play with the wave, and maybe you can watch YouTube tutorials about wave. And basically, if you start with your champion and wave, you are already you're gonna be better if you improve on your waves. Do you understand
Alex?
what I mean, or
Yeah, I got it.
because
Let's
there's like
see.
priority and stuff, and not priority, and everything
Mm,
depends on your wave.
Yeah. É, ela disse que você pode começar jogando com 3 champs que você entenda e treina realmente. É, e aí você vai reconhecer seu dano e também reconhecer o dano da, do seu adversário por cima desse champ. E a partir do momento que você conhece o dano, você consegue focar em outras partes, como na macro. E, e depois você consegue também poder focar em abrir esse leque de opções. E ela disse que a principal dica dela também é controle de wave, porque você pega prioridade ou não prioridade, sabendo se você consegue controlar o wave ou não.
Mais complicado como controlar o wave.
Como eu vou fazer. Wolf, do you want to add something on that?
No. But what Tifa said is not only for mid lane, it's for the general of the whole game, right? So what, like the tip she gave, you can use on any role. It's the same kind of deal that you're gonna have to do. You're gonna have to learn your champion. What's the purpose of my champion? What does this champion excel at? What am I supposed to do in game? Like, is it a roamer? Is it a pusher? Etc. And as she said as well, like wave management is the biggest part of League of Legends, and if you're good at that, it's an easy climb to at least diamond once you've got that settled. So that's all I can add. That you can use these tips that Tifa gave for any roles.
Ela disse que todas essas dicas também não são só para mid lane, são para todas as outras lanes, e a coisa mais importante de League é controle de wave. A partir do momento que você consegue controlar uma wave, você pode upar até o Diamond, porque isso é meio que o principal até lá. E é isso aí, essas são as dicas.
Falei controle de wave é mais difícil. Agora essa é para o Wolf, da Helena. Ela quer saber como que funciona ser manager e quais são as maiores dificuldades.
Wolf, that is for you. So, how it is to be a manager, and what is the biggest difficulties for this big job?
Oh, that's a big question. Being a manager is, I like it. I mean, I've been very organized my whole life, and I've always been the one taking the lead in most group scenarios. So I feel like this is my thing. Like this is what I'm good at. But it takes a lot of practice, obviously, because you're working with people, and these people are all going to be different. They're all going to need different ways of being led and etc. The hardest part about, like, I've been a manager for what, 4 5 months now, and it's been a bumpy road, but I'm getting there. But the hardest part about it is that I think most people don't realize how much managers do, and how much, like, how much of their feelings and whatever, they just need to lock it down, put a fat ass lock on it, and they just have to stay cool. They just have to stay like the adult, or however we can express that, because basically they're not really allowed to express their true feelings, because that is not what a manager does. Does that make sense? Like, I think most people don't realize how much managers just has to swallow their feelings and thoughts, and they just have to do what's correct on the paper.
É, ela disse que é uma coisa que ela gosta muito. E em vários grupos ela meio que tomava a frente, ela dava as caos, entre aspas. E isso toma muito treino. E ela tem sido. Ela é manager por 4 ou 5 meses. É, e é um trabalho muito grande, muito trabalhoso. E que as managers normalmente têm que esconder seus sentimentos, dizendo assim. Porque o tanto de trabalho que elas têm que fazer é, não, elas não podem também mostrar os sentimentos. And yeah, you can, please.
All right. Yeah, I just wanted to add as well. This is something, like I said, most people don't realize, blah blah blah. This is something I didn't myself know at all. I always thought, oh wow, being a manager, that's gotta be freaking easy. You just tell people what to do, right? No, there's so much more under the surface. You're only seeing the tip of the iceberg. So I myself have been very enlightened, and now I have deep respect for big managers, because it's a hard job. I just wanted to say that I myself thought, aka didn't realize how much it actually takes.
Ela queria adicionar que, tipo, ela admira todos os managers, porque é um trabalho muito grande e é maior até do que ela pensava. E ela realmente admira todos, porque não é algo que ela imaginava. Ô, Anne,
Oi.
faz a do chat.
Vou fazer. A, a Hiru, ela acabou de entrar e ela só queria dar bom dia para as meninas, para todo mundo, e perguntar se elas estão bem, como que tá, e dizer que elas são umas mulheres maravilhosas, que ela chegou um pouquinho atrasada na entrevista, mas ela já está em prontidão.
First, Hiro is saying good morning. If it's how are you too, and that you are a wonderful woman.
That's so cute. Good morning, hero.
And she's learning mid now and wanted to know when assessing champ, um, when you're against assessing champ, if you no, with an assessing champ, my bad, sorry. If she can leave the lane to go bot or top, being behind on mid.
What do you mean with being behind on mid?
Less farm and kill, I think. Less
Well, the thing is,
resources.
you have to time the wave so you don't get behind in the optional case. So basically, before you roam, you push, and then while the new waves travels from base to mid, you roam. Or you can look for a cannon wave to spawn and then roam bot while the cannon wave spawns, because then you have more time to not miss the wave while you roam. So it's all base 2 waves.
É, Hero, contrário de Wave, você não consegue setar a Wave, você não consegue dar roaming direito, então você fica sem recurso, e aí você não consegue também dar roaming.
So basically, pushing is winning. And the faster you can push, the faster you can roam.
E basicamente, pushing, o push de Wave é igual vitória. Quanto mais você puxa a Wave, mais você consegue, tipo, mais rápido você consegue dar roaming. Tem mais.
Eu pergunto pra elas se elas acompanham o campeonato dos outros países. E
Uhum.
se sim, se elas têm, pra cada regional, se elas têm algum time favorito, se elas podem falar.
Uh, the first, it is two questions. So the first, do you get along with like LPL, LCK, CBLOL, or in other leagues?
What do you mean with do you get along?
If you see the other championships,
Oh, if I watch it,
yeah.
um, only sometimes, not every game. If I like a team, then I will watch it.
I don't have time, quite honestly, to follow all of the other scenes. But for my League of Legends teams that I have, I know that they set up like sessions where they then will watch LCK or LCL games together and they will go through it, which I think is really awesome and that shows big dedication because you got to follow the pro league, right, to stay updated. But yeah, for myself personally, I watch sometimes, but it's quite rarely because I barely have time to it.
Yeah, like in the job, we do this as well as a team together, but alone. I only do it when I really like a team or a player.
Elas disseram que elas não têm muito tempo para acompanhar. Mas então a Tifa acompanha algumas vezes. Ela adicionou que só quando ela gosta muito do time ou do jogador. E a Wolf, ela realmente não tem tempo, mas ela acha muito legal quando os times sentam numa rodinha e ficam vendo os jogos da LCK e da LCL. The second one is if you cheer for any teams around the world, if you have a favorite one.
A team?
Yeah.
Yes. My favorite team is G2 because I really like Caps. And also, my favorite team is whatever Yamato Ken coaches.
I'm gonna be cheesy here, guys. My favorite team is Galaxy Racer. As I don't follow the scene, I don't really have a bias. But I've been a Fnatic fan for many years. That dream also kind of broke when Caps moved to G2, because I have a lot of pride in being Danish, I guess. Uh, and he's just some of that pride, some of that Danish pride, you know, because Well, he's Danish, so I don't really have a favorite team.
É, o time favorito da Tifa é G2, principalmente por causa do Caps, que é uma pessoa que ela gosta muito. E a Wolf, como ela é o Galaxy Racers, porque ela não tem muito tempo pra acompanhar, mas ela era uma torcedora da Fnatic por muito tempo. E meio que deu uma quebrada nela quando o Caps foi pra G2, porque ela tem muito esse orgulho e quebrou um pouco o orgulho dela, sabendo que o Caps foi pra G2 e não continuou na Fnatic.
Mas nenhuma gosta de ser triste. A próxima pergunta vem da Lola. Ela quer saber. Ela pergunta pra Tifa. Quanto tempo que ela joga LOL e quanto tempo que ela se sentiu preparada para começar um campeonato?
Tifa, so they're asking you how much time do you play League again? And when did you feel you were ready to play a tournament?
So I've been playing League for like 8 or 9 years. I don't know, really long. And I've been playing a lot, probably more than 2 years of my life. I don't know when I knew when I was ready for tournament. So long ago. Like sometimes, of course, now I'm, not a child anymore. I also have other responsibilities. Sometimes I don't have much time, but when I have time, I usually use it for League of Legends.
Ela disse que ela joga entre 9 a 8 anos, por aí, ela não sabe, faz muito tempo. E ela não sabe quando ela se sentiu preparada. Nisso, ela meio que começou a se dedicar muito, mas ela não tem mais tanto tempo, porque agora ela é uma adulta e ela reconhece que ela tem outras responsabilidades, mas ela, ela, quando ela tem tempo, ela dedica ele pro LoL.
A próxima pergunta é da Bruna. Qual é a coisa mais importante para alguém que quer se tornar um jogador profissional de LoL?
What is the most important thing that someone need to when you think, okay, I want to be a pro player?
You need to have a drive to improve. You need to want to be the best you can be, and you need to have respect for your teammates. I don't like when people turn arrogant because it makes themselves play worse as a team. I don't know. You just need dedication, passion. You can't give up. It's a long process.
So, like Tifa said, you need an immense amount, and for that you need motivation, right? So you gotta manifest that this is what you want to do, and you gotta manifest that you're gonna be the fucking bomb at it because you got this, and you will succeed at it. It's gonna be a long road, as Tifa also mentioned, and exactly like she said as well, it's super important that you don't lose your humbleness on this road because it can happen when you're manifesting that you're the best, right? But stay humble and don't forget that other people are the same. They're also just the best. And you got to find those people you work with, and you're just going to do it together and go to the top, you know? all about supporting each other and being a great teammate, which can be hard at sometimes because you gotta, just like a marriage or a relationship, you gotta sacrifice some of your own needs for your partner, right? It's just the same with a team. So that's about it.
É, elas disseram que você precisa ter um, uma vontade de melhorar e conseguir melhorar, né? Então, né? E entender que um time é um tipo de relação. A Wolf usou como um casamento ou um amor. E tem que entender que nessa relação você tem que se dar bem com ela a todo custo. E que ela não vai ser a mesma. Não vai ter a mesma é, personalidade que a sua. E nem se você encontrar alguém com uma personalidade muito. Que você se compara muito, você não pode entender que as outras pessoas não vão ter ainda essa personalidade. É, e aí. Isso aí, é só um relacionamento bonitinho. E,
A...
obviamente, não desistir. Esqueci dessa parte.
Tudo bem. A Hiru no chat tá perguntando é, elas jogam mais com quais champions?
Most play champs, that's the question.
Ari, because I started this game because of Ari. It was love on first sight and it never stopped. I still play Ari the most.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be Orn for me. Great, right?
Really? Oh, I really like Orn, but I
Yeah.
don't know how to play with it.
Oh, Orn is cool, but you will reach a point where he might not seem that cool anymore. Once you played him enough, maybe.
É, o jogador. Ah. O campeão favorito da Tiff é a Ari, então ela começou a jogar LOL só por causa da Ari. E o da Wolf é o Ornn, que foi uma surpresa. E ela gosta bastante do campeão, acho ele legal. Adicionando, a Tifa é top 3 out of World do servidor completo mundial. Ela é uma pessoa incrível. Obrigada.
Ai, Madu pirou agora com a Ari. A, a Rafa pergunta o que elas aconselham para quem deseja ter uma variedade de roles. Tipo, eu sou sub e quero aprender mid. E se elas acham que isso vale a pena.
What do you think about playing, wanting to learn about another role? Like, I am support and I want to play mid, or I am a carry and I want to go jungle or top.
I think if you've had enough time with your first lane, then you can also try another one if you want. It helps you see the game from different perspectives, and it helps you also for your own lane, I think. But you should still have your main lane. I think personally, I don't play more than 2 lanes though, because it's just too much time. Just if you want to know everything and play every champ, I like to be perfect at something, not to do a lot. Medium, you know.
Yeah, the exact same that Tifa said is true. If you want to role swap and you already mastered one lane, mastered to some degree, right? It shouldn't be a problem for you to switch. There are some roles when you switch around that are gonna be more different from one another. But for that, You can go on Twitch, find streamers who's high elo, who mains the lane you want to swap to, and you just sit there and analyze how they do it. And that's a fast way to learn, I think, and maybe also the most fun one, because obviously there's a streamer entertaining you. Um, so yeah.
Elas disseram que se você tem tempo dentro da sua main lane, é, tipo, o tempo não, né? Você entende bastante dessa main lane e tem tempo pra você poder aprender das outras, elas acham bem legal. Principalmente porque você começa a ver o jogo de outras perspectivas. E a Wolf concorda com exatamente isso. Que é. Você pode até encontrar outra lane, mas é mais pela seu aumento de visão de game, dizendo assim.
Agora eu vou perguntar. É, eu não sei como que é a relação ao machismo nos outros países, se é como no Brasil, mas queria saber se elas sofrem, como que é justamente isso, se elas sofreram algum preconceito por fato de serem mulheres e se lá eles têm algum espaço mais acessível para as mulheres no esportes.
Did you ever got some bad comments for being a woman? And how did you deal with it? If because any his questions was like, I don't know how is the sexism in another countries, but saying from here is like fucked up.
I think I'm from Germany, and I think here it's pretty bad as well. Especially in the past, I've gotten a lot of negative comments. It's like the typical "go to the kitchen, why are you playing?" or basically what I think as a girl, if you want respect, then you need to prove yourself way more than a guy has to prove. For example, if you play the same level like a guy, then it's whatever. But if you want respect from someone, you have to be, I don't know, like faker, like really insane. Only then they will show you respect. And now it got better. Now I don't get many hate comments anymore. I also get, I even get some fans, even in the game. Oh, hello, Tifa. I like you, blah blah. But some years ago, it was almost only toxic. But I guess if you prove yourself, then it gets better. But you have to go through it, and it's really hard.
But knowing that you're not alone in this gaming world, there's a lot of other females who feels the same way. It's comforting, right? But exactly like Tifa said, you have to prove yourself 3 times more than a male has to do, and it's exactly like that. And within other jobs too, if a female wants a leading position, they also got to prove themselves so much more. So stick together with the females you know and get through it. Keep working hard on getting better.
How to deal
That's
with it? Just either ignore it or I don't know, view it as a joke. It's doesn't matter what they think of you. In Germany, there's like a saying: something goes in one ear in and in the other one out. You hear it, but you don't care. You just, yeah, just whatever. It will happen anyway.
É, vamos lá. A Tifa, ela disse que no começo da carreira dela, ela recebeu muito né, comentários negativos, muito bad comments. E ela sofreu muito rage. E aí, quando uma mulher entra no cenário, ela tem que se provar 3 vezes mais do que um homem quando entra. Então é tipo, quando uma mulher entra, ela tem que ser tipo o faker, sabe? E agora, né, que elas têm se provado mais, é, elas têm ganhado mais fãs, agora elas têm uma base fans lá. E algumas pessoas reconhecem elas nos jogos. E falam, oi Tifa, sou seu fã e tudo mais. Mas você tem realmente que se esforçar muito mais do que quando um homem se entra nesse cenário. A Wolf disse mesmo, até mesmo como manager, tem que provar que seria o mesmo trabalho se fosse um homem. E também tem que se provar 3 vezes mais sendo manager ou pro player, em qualquer área. E como lidar com esses bad comments, elas disseram que a Tifa falou, o ditado entra por um ouvido, sai pelo outro, e não é pra você absorver aquilo.
Tá acabando as perguntinhas. É, uma pergunta mais pessoal. Como que elas estão lidando, se tá tendo a quarentena em relação ao vírus que tá tendo, em relação de treinos?
I don't know if Germany is still in quarantine, and I really don't know, but how it is to train with the virus, if
Mm,
they got in the way.
well, basically, my work stays the same. I work from home and I only travel for tournaments. And the sad thing is, this year we can't fly because of coronavirus. But I don't think it's a Germany thing, it's more like a world thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, but training I only do from home anyway. Maybe we would do some boot camp for some weeks, but we can't do this now anyway.
Mm. Ela disse que continua a mesma coisa. Ela tá treinando em casa e ela só viaja pra torneios. E sobre ela estar em casa é uma coisa mais mundial e não só da Alemanha, né? E ela pensou em fazer um bootcamp, só que não tem como fazer agora, né? Porque a situação tá muito boa.
É, pergunta para elas a rotina de treino, se elas têm alguma rotina, alguma preparação, tipo, como se fosse um mantra. Antes de todo jogo, elas têm que fazer alguma coisa, tanto para pela Tiva pela Wolf.
Um, if you got some kind of, you can say superstition, before games, and if the team themselves uh do it some kind of this to get lucky before the tournament.
You mean if we have like a ritual?
Yeah, like that.
Hmm, not really. We just try to eat healthy on the tournament day. Try to um not be too exhausted, sleep well, and also hug. It's not really a ritual, but we hug each other and I don't know, just just show we like each other and care for each other and give each other strength. But it's not like a ritual. It's more that it comes naturally.
Well, if you had something to
No,
add.
it's, I mean, Tifa, she's my former teammate, so she just answered it right. But yeah, I think if we were to look at if there were some kind of ritual we do before a game, it's definitely that we do hug each other, and if people need it and they're feeling a little anxious, we give each other massages or cuddle each other's hair because it calms people down. So it's just showing each other, right, that we care.
Oh. Hmm. É, ela disse que ela tem. O ritual delas é tipo aqueles abrações em grupo. Ah, e elas normalmente fazem isso todo jogo. Se tornou algo natural já. E a Wolf disse que quando elas estão se sentindo meio ansiosas, elas dão massagem umas para as outras, ou cafunézinho, porque acalma. E muito fofinho. Acabou.
Que fofinhas. É... Nossa, sumiu a pergunta. Calma. Sumiu a pergunta. Coloca na minha cabeça. É... Nossa, sumiu mesmo. Agora não sei o que perguntar. É... Aquela. O que elas acham que falta pra inserir mais mulheres no meio competitivo?
What do you think is missing to put more women in esports?
I think we are building the right base. Basically, the stereotypes have to be gone as much as it's possible, and there have to be tournaments so girls get motivation. Yeah, it just has to kind of exist and be perceived positive, and then it will come automatically, I think.
We need more information on the internet for females to get information on how can I find a team? How can I enter these female tournaments that seems to be pretty closed and private? There's all of these things and there's nowhere to find them on the internet. So I think one of the next steps as well on building up this fundamental base for females in games is just that we need more information online for everyone to find. So, because you can't really get anywhere in the female scene if you don't have contacts or if anyone knows you. That's just the end of the story, and that makes it extremely impossible for newcome female gamers to find something.
É, a gente acha que a gente tá transformando, a gente tá fazendo a base certa pra, pra tudo isso. E a Wolf complementou, dizendo que a gente precisa de mais informação online. Porque tem muita coisa que fica perdida, porque não tem muito essas informações.
É, se elas. Não, o tempo livre, a Wolf falou que é bem ocupada e tal. Mas se no tempo livre, elas costumam jogar LOL no For Fun ou elas jogam outros jogos?
When you are in the free time, do you play League for fun or some other games when you tilt with League of Legends because it's normal?
Yeah, both. I play League for fun, but of course there's like phases or days where I want to play something else because I am a gamer at heart and I love a lot of games. League is always going to be my main game, but I still love a lot of games and they are like my free time games. And League is my work and free time game.
For it was a super hard time not turning off my competitive mindset. That in the end it just became so stressful playing League of Legends because I could only play try hard. I could only play to win. I could never play to have fun. It was never laughing or anything. So that was an issue for me that I can't really turn on this try hard mindset that I have. pretty much in general life. So I think having a side game is extremely important for people who have troubles turning this mindset off. They need something else to relax with that's not their job, because that's you just need to turn off the brain sometimes, right? And just relax.
A Tifa, o main game, ela é uma pessoa que já conhece muitos jogos. E com certeza tem dias que, tipo, nossa, eu não quero jogar LOL. E aí ela vai jogar outro jogo. E já a Wolf, ela não consegue tirar esse. É tipo muito. Meu Deus, eu tenho que jogar tryhard, não posso não jogar tryhard, porque eu preciso jogar tryhard. E isso, ela não tem mais nada for fun. E no fim começa a ser um pouco exaustivo, mas ela ainda gosta de League. E gosta muito de jogar também.
A gente não tem mais perguntas. Aí eu ia encerrar, mas aí eu antes queria pedir para elas deixar algum recado, agradecer pela presença delas aqui, que foi maravilhoso. As dicas e entender mais como que é o LOLzinho do outro lado do mundo. E deixar. Se elas querem deixar alguma dica, alguma mensagem para as mulheres do projeto e se elas têm a ciência do nosso movimento do projeto aqui no Brasil.
So we got no questions anymore. And the last thing we wanted to talk to you two, is if you got some message to the girls here and some tips or anything, and that you got to know that we are really happy for you to being here. It's a big inspiration for us, and the known of the project going around the world is big.
That's really cute. Thank you. I'm really happy to be here today, and I feel really, I feel so happy that you are interested in me and our time. And I just want you to continue doing what you love, and then you will be happy in life, I think, and you will succeed. Because if you do something you don't like, then you can't. I don't know if you can succeed as much as if you have passion. So if you have passion for this game, just continue.
All right. So first of all, I want to give a big ass high five to the founders of this project. This project is awesome, and I'm very happy that you're taking the initiative to do these things, because I can already see how many females are sitting in this call and how many females will hear the recordings. Uh, it's amazing. You are doing exactly what I said the female scene was missing to grow. You are spreading information. It's very great. So thank you so much, guys, for doing this for female gamers. Another thing is that just keep working towards your dreams. Truly, all of your dreams can come true. You just need to manifest them, and you need to keep believing in yourself. And that's basically it. It seems simple. It's gonna be hard, right? But you can do it as long as you believe in it. And second of all, big thank you for taking your time to have me and Tifa here. It's much appreciated. And of course, it brings a lot of happiness that you want to hear what we got to say. So thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Tô emocionada. Elas disseram que elas estão muito gratas pra gente ter chamado elas e que ela acha tudo muito bonitinho e que elas estão muito orgulhosas da gente por ter participando desse projeto e obviamente um high five incrível pra Pan que começou tudo, né? E que a gente tá fazendo tudo que seria necessário e pra gente trabalhar com o que a gente gosta, ou seja, LOL ou Valorant. E tô emocionada, não consigo mais.
Que bonitinho. Ai, eu só quero. Deu pra compreender, elas são muito fofas. Só agradecer então a todo mundo que mandou mensagem, todas as meninas que mandaram as perguntas e não puderam comparecer, todas que puderam comparecer e assistiram, deram todo o apoio. Obrigada pro Shima, pela Madu, por esse apoio. E é isso. A gente se vê numa próxima entrevista. Muito obrigada, meninas. Thank you so much.